Ah, the light, it blinds me. Oh no. Trying to set up a nice little introduction here. So yeah, my name is Cthulhu Monster. You can call me Cthulhu or Monster. I play on Pilpo's Patreon server, and this is the ATM Gravitas 2 Let's Play mod pack. I am continuing where I left off in my last episode, where we were working on getting the LV automation series, which I've started behind me here, set up, and then working on getting some automated circuits here in my clean room, as well as a kind of a slightly temporary basic circuit board assembler. I kind of wanted to walk through my experience with that, and then we're going to start automating some large, trying to think the word for it, some very important chemicals for the circuit boards. So yeah, let's see what I got up to the last day, because this is normally I don't have a recorded amount before the intro, but this time I got enough to record for this video. So thank you for joining me, and let's get to it. So I need 4 basic chemical reactors is what I'm seeing. I have one so far. Let's see if I have any more. Okay, so I have 2 chemical baths, but no more chemical reactors. So let's see what the chemical reactors need and start coding in some of these recipes. And I'm just going to use basic ones here. So I do need to code a LV machine hull. Those require steel plates, so let's get steel plates also. Hopefully that makes sense on how I kind of get to the logic of when do I care about this stuff. All right, so I am going to go to recipes. I'm going to go for steel plate recipe, and I'm going to be doing this in a bender on 1. So, yep, that'll be here. I don't need the configuration there because I'm going to have that set in my machine. So now I have my steel plate recipe. I come over to my bender, which is this one. This is facing. You'll see that the curb one, it's facing up. So if I said down, or if I didn't know which side that piece was on, here you could see that this says down, so it's on the bottom of this side. I could switch it using that wrench to this side if I wanted it to be talking to this piece. So now, though, we should have steel sheets in here. It looks like this is not yet. Oop! Ha! It is not yet connected, and it is right. I haven't connected this piece yet. I should have steel now. Steak is definitely not an option. Okay. So filter bolt, now I have steel. Excellent. So let's just order a whole stack of this, or a half stack, whatever they'd be called here. So excellent. So it's processing. 1 went through. Oh, yeah. So this needs to come back through and over and in. So I'm looking to get that last bit that I have down here right now, which is my job terminal. I use this to troubleshoot. I want it over near my stuff. Doesn't help if you change the output on the wrong one there. Okay, none of these should be facing directly that way. So this one is getting stuff I don't want it to do. Should be going that way. Now if I toss one more in there, aha. So the question I have to myself is, do I want it to be in blocking mode? Or do I just want it to keep going? Let's see if for this task, so this should be ticking down as it goes. 26. This isn't meant to be the fastest one. Okay, so 24. This should come down as it goes in. But it is enough that I don't need more than this at a speed. So say if I order a few hundred, I can just let it do stuff while I'm in the background. Or in the case of what I'm currently up to, I can let it do stuff while I sleep with the rain. No. While I program the next recipe. So I've programmed in this one. Let's get the other recipes then. So this one, I'm going to get the machine casing here. I want to use the assembler for this, not the one that requires the wrench input. And so I need an assembler on 8 to do that. Do I have an assembler on this one? I do, but I wasn't anticipating needing one on 8 and one on other things. And if anyone could tell me how to use that circuit 8, I would really love it, because It drives me bonkers. It looks like machine casings is really what this is going to be for. I need to code in this machine hull one. It's going to take 8 here, and I have noticed that too big for the logic programmer. It does have that error once in a while. I'm going to just put the other one in there as 8 and program it and take the wrench out. I know that that's going to give me enough sheets to make this work. So I'm going to put that in there. I should be able to craft this guy here. Get one. Excellent. And it should be cleared now. Excellent. So both of those recipes are done. Now let's see here. Next one is this machine hull. This is just a crafting in a container one. So I am going to want to get a tin cable as well as the wrought iron one here. Just to have a nice clear one. I could put this in an assembler with liquid polyethylene. Let's see here. So that would just require a casing, 2 tin tables, and liquid polyethylene. So it would avoid more steel. So this is actually a pretty good deal. So it isn't a low volt one. So I will need, I'm going to need the tin cables. And I will need liquid polyethylene on tap, which I have. So let's code this. And we will need another assembler. But this one will have no number needed. So, hey, look, I found another thing to do. So I think by not having it blocking, it threw all of them immediately in there. So that is something I want to test when I get a chance here. I need an assembler, though. Basic assembler. Which means I need some other things crafted. You need tin cable, magnetic steel. Tin cable in an assembler is wire and this. So when I'm coding tin cable, just make sure you're using the right recipe that you want. And I wanted to use basic rubber right now. In the future, I'll have it do something else, but right now, for sure, rubber in the assembler. It's that code, and then I need a wire mill recipe for the tin. I will add that here when I got the tin. Excellent. And I am once again boiling alive, apparently. Let's see if I need tin wire, because I tend to do stuff in groups, so I don't need the tin wire as much as I need the tin cable. All right, coming back, the crafting job was finished, which is great. So now I'm going to test something I wanted to check. And my concern is that the recipes, if I have it for a cable recipe here, it doesn't automatically use what I know is in here. So you can see that I know I have tin wire already available. So what happens if I request, 100 tin cable? Will it be cutting up more tin? Okay, it doesn't. Oh, good. Now Matthias is suffering over there, dehydrating to death. Yeah, I think the server's been a little bit more active lately, which is great to see. Let's look at those LV items. I need not 2 of those. I need 2 conveyors and 2 robot arms. So it's the magnetic steel rod and the steel rod that I'm seeing as being the problem. Luckily, those are things I'm looking to program. There is a variable store multi-block where you can store a lot. That's actually right here. So if I were trying to store like a pile on a network so I could do if-then statements, that's what the variable store is for. But I don't need to do that. I made one thinking I was going to try something fancier than what I'm doing right now, and I'm not ready for that. Okay, so I just got the steel magnetic one. I need another crafting interface, which is literally already in here. Excellent. I love it when that happens. And I just got to get one on the lathe here. All right, first up, I did want to cut the blocking one here. Save that. And then the basic lathe here. Let's put this here. And no blocking mode. I am very curious if I disable that crafting check, I can make this clean room work from afar. So I'm going to go check that out in a moment. Let's get some steel magnetic rods crafted. All right, those just automatically are making those. Look at us go. Auto making. Do need another assembler though. Okay, I'm going to go check that if I put an offset on this and I turn off that if I disable the crafting check, if I can run one of these patterns. This is where the internal hope shines, maybe I can make it work. Okay. Oh, yes! I'm so happy. My precious. Oh dear gosh. Ah, unless it was already fixed before, in which okay, we gotta try a few things here. One, I'm so happy right now. Look at that space, this circuit assembler, this space. Oh my gosh. Glorious day. This yeah. I'm so excited. Okay. Okay, breathe, breathe, breathe. I can do this. Strong, independent person. Oh my golly gee. I am so, so happy. Ah, precious. All right, excellent. Well, that makes my day a lot happier from the last episode. I was trying to play it cool, but I was a little disappointed. Probably still sounded pretty disappointed. Like, I'm only so cool. Oh no, I put an offset mark on there. Okay, so this is coming along here. I got 4 more of those cables left, so I should be able to start working on the next assembler. I am now curious if what the color coding means. Here. Very cool. It looks like I got a lot of crafting. These guys crafting. Power! The power's out. Okay, why is the power out? Steam supply. Oh, so the power's out because I never fully connected the machines. I'm already on my second run to garlic. Haven't been hanging out next to a centrifuge the entire time I'm playing and recording. Yet. Pilpo just dropped some more guides on modular routers. He is an expert in those. And it always just makes me smile because we all got the one mod that just like, we're like, ah, yes. Right now mine is the radioactive tree. All right. Let's just see if we can craft 10 of these. I wonder what my polyethylene looks like. Okay. So it's not too bad. In time it'll be more, but until I get a better processing space, I don't want to steal all of my oils to make polyethylene when I need diesel still. It's a scientific term for it. All right, I think we can do some spray paint while we wait. And I would like gray back there, I think. That would be kind of fun to do a nice bright color. Nope, yellow is bright, and I don't like yellow, so probably not going to look much better with orange. It's just so drab in orange. Try for full-on black, but let's just do it orange. Orange at least doesn't look like yellow. That's a very weird argument. I like orange. Actually, orange is one of my favorite colors. I have a really fun, my car's orange, my vehicle, and most of my camping equipment. Orange is nice. Orange, you're glad to see me. So those hulls are made so I can work on getting these chemical reactors. So I need 3 of these. And it looks like the motor now is the thing. So let's get those motors ordered. Let's craft the 3 I need and get that copper wire recipe in there. Excellent. So I have those 3. So now I can work on making this next section. So these are basic chemical reactors, and I want to create a processing system. This could be a tower, to be honest. Tower-ish. Obviously, the distillation tower is its own creature. But I've seen these line up, to be honest. Okay, so let's see here. Good spot for this. This will be built in. I like to have 3 lines on pathways. So let's, and I kind of purposely made that so it looked fun. Is there a way to power those in a fun manner? So I got 4. All 4 are going to need to be at the same time. Okay, so I got another platform here. This part is pathway. This side means nothing. Matthias has died by a wolf. It's just life, you know? Wonder what you're up to? Just wonder how Matthias is dying to wolves today. Not to wolves. Everything? A little bit? All of the time? Okay, so these are basic ones. I can use the 4 times 10 perfectly here because there's only 4 machines. All of these are 7 EU per tick, basically, so I don't think I need to worry about getting double amps for any of these processes. So we'll connect those in. And I will need 2 steam ones per. So I can put one there, and call it good, I think. But do I want this so shoved into the back, or do I want to face it from this angle? So right now, if I walk up here, I get my beautiful window, which, ooh, look at those trees. I got 2 of them now, in both of those. I don't know about that green. I'll think about it. I probably don't, I'm not too worried. This is likely my entrance, to be honest, to this area. And then I see this beautiful production space. I feel like right here might not be a bad idea. Like, this will still be very visible, but I don't think it needs to be visible from every gosh darn distance. Like, you can leave little secrets in your base, Gotta remind myself of the style I'm going for, which is kind of like a pre-industrial or post-industrial. They just started to make things, and efficiency is not their greatest skill. They're trying to fit and retrofit old buildings type of things. But here's an unused spot that could be kind of cool. Fill out this space a little bit more chunky, and then I could grab my steam off of this side here, which could make it look. And then, you kind of get a block from the murder machine back there. I like it. I think here's the answer. So I need some steam machines. That will have to be attached to my tin. In time, I knew my steam machines were gonna get used. I'm just gonna test to see if I can just link the wire into these and, seal out the side. It's been a little bit since I've tried to hardwire anything. All right. Will that also give energy up there? No. I knew it wouldn't, but I wanted it to, Now it does, then it doesn't. Okay. So what that means is this system here would need to have a little system of the tin. This can handle 4 volts, so this should be enough to not blow up or burn up when it gets hit by the chemical reactors. It doesn't look as cool as the other method. Oh, it'll be fine. I'm not talking to myself. It's fine. All right. So let's check this wiring in. And this is once again a situation where if I find this is not pulling adequate, I can always put a battery buffer in the middle here. But I won't do that unless I need to. Okay. This is able to maintain right now, so we'll keep an eye on it later. Each of these is good to go. Now we just need to import the first bit in here. So we're doing sulfur dioxide here. So that is in the chemical reactor with sulfur on circuit 2. And so I need oxygen and sulfur to be imported here. So I have a few ways I could do this. I have a lot of sulfur in this space. Should I store it up there? Let's take a look at what sulfur we have right now. So I have 10,000 sulfur. Is there anything, the question I ask myself, is there anything else sulfur dioxide is used for? So I'm not really seeing it as anything else, so I don't want to buffer it. So there's that. Sulfur trioxide, let's see what that one's used for. So chemical reactor, electrolyzer. So once again, nothing to buffer. Sulfuric acid, however, does have a few more things to use. So I do want to have sulfuric acid buffered. And what I would like to consider is to do a round robin between these tanks as we build them. Because, this is going to be my sulfuric acid and then down as well. And I'm going to put that one over here. And as we get closer to having these answered, that'll be great. So since this right up here is logic cable, I can just do some part offsets. So I need oxygen to be brought to this system. I do have a space in the back here, and I believe this one here requires oxygen. Sulfuric trioxide also requires oxygen. And hydrogen acid, also, this one requires water. Okay, good. So maybe these two, I put a little pipe in here. It's gonna look kind of weird, isn't it? Because this pipe is going to pull in from nowhere. I'd prefer to actually just do individual importers. All right. I know I'm going to need 2 variable cards that are oxygen, so I'm going to try to remember to get both. Here, not that type of oxygen. Oxygen gas. Okay, 1 variable card for it, 2 variable cards for it. Now I'm going to need an item 1 for sulfur dust. And I'm also going to need an item 1 for another fluid and need water. Fluid, water. So fluid, water. There we go. All right, so I also need the item exporter here. So I'm gonna put it here. 1 part offset. And because I have all those, I'm a very fancy lady, and it's not doing that thing I was worried about. I was worried about it accidentally combining all my part enhancements. Okay, so I need this to bring in the sulfur dust to the system, and I need it to bring in the oxygen. All right, and yep, there she be. A little bit of shenanigans. Okay, so we're going to export this to the bottom here. Excellent, and now this stuff needs to get treated with more oxygen. So, oxygen. You've returned. We'll put you there. Nope, is that the right one? That is the right one. And we will set a part offset. Ah, I did it! Again. Okay, now I have another 8-1, which I don't need, but we'll just pretend I'm very rich and not worried at all. Okay, so this one's going now. So we got our trioxide here. Discharge to the bottom. Now the trioxide needs to work with water. Okay, so 1 more of these guys. Not doing a double one, so pay attention. Aha, it's there. React to this one. Here we go. I would like you to bring in water. So I should have water coming in here. Water is specifically, I believe, on 20. Where all my stuff should be, but other than rubber and oxygen. Alright, so there is water. Now I want this to switch between which side it goes to and round robin it. So that's going to be the tough part. Because I don't think it wants to do that for me. So first, let's discharge once to this side. So I can lock the type here. Auto. Alright, and then I'm going to switch this back to autoing to the bottom. And for the hydrochloric acid, I need the salt to come in here. And as I thought about, hey, sulfuric acid somewhere, I thought, oh, you know, I think I know where my basic reactors might be. They might be in a place that I said, this is temporary. No one needs to look up here, ever. No one needs to look up here. Which is why I was slightly surprised I didn't have more. Yeah, I got 2 chemical reactors back here. I'll edit those later. But yeah, that's hilarious to me. Well, this is alright. This is a good setup for it. I got to learn a lot of nice fun stuff. Now I just need to figure out some more stuff. And right now I'm not struggling in any fashion for sulfur. So I am going to just let this fill this big super tank here as much as it can for sulfuric acid, because it does look like something I will use at least somewhat, you know? So now the sulfuric acid should be there. I have a pump here, so I'm going to add it to the side of the machine here. And on this pump, what I'm going to do for settings is to import. All right, so now this will grab more. Come on, I wanted you to import. Okay, so when I first did it, it didn't know what it was doing. So I need to grab that for 4 things of sulfuric acid back. Will the barrel pick it up? No, I didn't think so. One moment. Accidentally put it as an input. All right. Then it looks like I am not getting the material that I need to this one. So, all right. So now we have water going there. And this method looks like it's the one that's blocking us most of all. And then I need my item importer. This one here should be importing all items from here. Let's see it do that. Excellent. So it is now importing all items out. I do need it to export salt or salt-like items here. So what I'm thinking of doing is crying deep tears. No. All right, we actually have a lot more sulfuric acid than we had in a while, which is great. I'm going to put this crate here, and I'm just gonna. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The voice in my head is right. I'm gonna put a conveyor option on the back here. The reason I'm not gonna do it on the crate is I can't change it at will from there. So I'm gonna put it as import, and then this should be able to take that salt then. Let me just make sure. So I want it to be importing. So it looks like it thinks that that is also its fluid output, its output side. So let's make sure the output is down so it doesn't think that, because this is being automatically pulled, or it should be. Okay. You are my item export, so I'm going to put that there. Okay. I'll say, hey, that position. Play sulfite. Why? Okay, I'm going to put it here now. But I'm now going to code this to sodium persulfate. Because if it's not going, it didn't like that. And I'm too tired to look into why. Alright, so now it's an actual variable card, so no matter the location I at, it will only import that material type. So that's why it can be connected then to this position. If I didn't do that, I would be very much stealing all the salt that I'm putting in there. So now, because of that, I need to tell it that it is allowed, it can have inputs and outputs from the same side. You want to know what I just did? I just panicked a little bit, set this to auto, and then made sure to say, hey, allow inputs from the output side. So now this side here should have the sulfide that goes in there, and anytime sulfide's in there, whatever tick of operation that is, it'll pull it through. So yeah, so there we go. We're making our hydrochloric acid, we're making our sulfuric acid. Excellent. Nice little automation there. Let's see. So that is this line here. So we have sulfuric acid and hydrogen chloric acid, but we also have that sodium bisulfate, which is what is necessary to electrolyze down into sodium persulfate. So this has one more step, the sodium persulfate, to get, and then the ionized iron one also has one more step where it would be a chemical reactor again using iron dust. I have less iron dust than I now have the sodium stuff. So I'm going to work on using sodium bisulfide for this. So that is as simple as an electrolyzer. And yeah, let's plan to just set that up right here. So there's my next super tank. And this super tank is the one that's going to be for that sodium persulfide. I'm actually going to drop this down to the bottom here in hopes that if I do run into a similar recipe like this, I can actually do something similar to what I'm currently up to. All right, let's get some more cider. I always think of it as like kombucha, which I hate in the real world, but I try not to think of it as a character drinking alcoholic stuff there, just that fermented, gross, healthy drink that my good buddies enjoy because they're wrong. No, they're fine, they're not wrong. I'm just judgmental. All right, so I moved the super tank over to the side here just because I like the symmetry. And then I was working on getting some more crafting recipes locked in. So I got two more basic reactors. This basic reactor here is actually working on the circuit boards, both the plastic printed one and the phenolithic printed circuit boards. Oh, no trees growing for that one. So it's working on those circuit boards. And then this one up here, because it's a dependency of one of those, I have a plastic circuit board, and I'm sure we're going to fill a basic reactor full of recipes. And I also have a fluid solidifier up here with a plate. So since I won't say since I last recorded, I decided that some of that recording that I had last round was just going to be way too much. Um, so we've gone a lot into the detail of crafting, and I feel like we've really locked in the basics of how do you work with integrated auto crafting. So I think moving forward, unless it's something unique that I have to do, where maybe I show you guys how I would envision working, like stockpiling something, I'm probably going to just kind of show you the end result or my thought process on getting there. I set up another section here. I got the advanced extruder. So this is an MV tiered section, and I just have this based off of diesel. I mirrored the walk-up path here, and I am hoping that we'll be able to get that similar workout of items right here. But yeah, so this is MV machines here, and specifically I only have extruders right now. So I got bolts and a small gear here. And then over here I have an assembler too, because some recipes do require the higher level of assembler, and a lot of those are going to be those SMD items, inducers, the clean room glass. I think our auto crafting's starting out great. Let me do a quick show, a quick cleanup here from the snow, and I'll show you what the clean room's looking like right now. Okay, so the first time I recorded this, I managed to record a black screen, but this is my clean room. I now have two doors, one on each floor, and the first floor does have my circuit assembler here. And this one, the items are going to go through this item pipe going straight down to the second floor, where I now have three HV advanced laser engravers with different lenses. So if anyone does know how to pull lenses in and out, I'll be interested in that, even if I have to use the new switch up this system to AE2. And then I have an advanced cutter here as well, which I think I previously had. So now that I've figured out why I was having issues with offsetting the integrated dynamics with those machines, I should be able to actually really fill this whole sidewall with machines that we can then, when we're outside of the clean room, just see them working from afar. So I'm very excited about possibilities there. And in the meantime, it's really nice not to have to automate that. All right, so I think that's it for this episode. My name is Cthulhu Monster, and I play here on Pilpo's Patreon server. And I'm excited to see what we're going to get up to next time.